Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. I've decided to do a review of the interview that Ayana and Jared did with Lauren on We Have the Receipts, just because I found it quite enlightening, and I also found it a bit heartbreaking in regards some of the information that the producers decided not to show on the show. And I was happy that Ayana and Jared got to address some of the things that came up and the fans were worried about or were concerned about. So I will insert a link to both the podcast interview, and they also did a podcast interview with a video, so you get to see them. And for me, I'm happy that they appear to be settling in married life. They seem happy. They seem in love. There was a picture that Ayana's mom posted where Ayana's parents went out for a meal with Jared's parents and Jared and Ayana and his sister. So I think they're doing very well. They seem to be enjoying themselves, and I hope we as fans allow them to settle in their married life. One of the things that was brought up during the season was the fact that Jared was conflicted and Ayana was there waiting for him, and the show made it seem as though Ayana didn't have an option but to sit and wait. And I liked the fact that Ayana was able to sort of address that, to reveal that she had her own connections, and she actually had connections with more than just Jared. She actually had connections with 3 people, and in the end chose Jared, which means that there must have been something that she saw about him, something that she liked about him, some connection that they had that was greater than the other 2 connections that she had. So I'll insert a clip from Ayana's sort of explaining her connections here.
I had I had like 2 guys that were in my top for a really long time, and then it was narrowed down to Jared and another guy. So it was 3 in total, and then it ended up being Jared and the other guy. And I was
What I also appreciated about this interview, and even with the reunion, is the fact that during the reunion, Vanessa questioned some of the editing without. We know Sheikh said he was concerned about the editing, but Jared never said anything. Ayana never said anything about the editing. But I like the fact that Vanessa questioned the editing in regards them sort of appearing to over exaggerate how much Jared liked to go out. And so it was nice to see that even Lauren questioned the goal of the producers or the storylines that they were aiming for in regards Ayana and Jared. And this is why I say that it's sad that I don't know why Jared and Ayana are not sort of saying, yes, this was wrong, or yes, this was. They just smile and just, roll with the punches and just keep it moving. And I think they're happy in their relationship. They're comfortable in their relationship. They found what they were looking for when they went on the show, as I said before. And I think they've chosen to just, I don't know. Maybe they will give us a more in-depth explanation once their contract runs out. Because I remember Jared said they couldn't upload anything at the moment because they're still under contract. I think it's with maybe it's the production company or with with Netflix. I don't know who they're under contract with, but it was nice to see, because it was made to seem like all they did was just talk in the pods and that was it. And I liked the fact that they sort of gave a little background into how they felt about each other outside of the conversations that we saw, because Lauren asked them, when did you realize that this is my person, or that, oh, this is way more than what I think it is. I'm going to insert the clip here as well.
We were leaving and we had just finished like our night dates, and I got out of one of the night dates, and me coming out of that night date, I went and told one of the producers, like, can you just go tell Ayana, like, I miss her and I can't wait to talk to her again. And they never told her that.
I really enjoyed the interview. I really enjoyed the games they played. You can still see that they've still got their chemistry relationship, and understand that not everything was shown. I know the Love is Blind is trying to sort of give us clips here and there or pictures, and it's a bit too late. You didn't edit them very well, you didn't tell their story very well, and you had the fans turn away from them. And post-production, you've chosen to focus on people that were not successful instead of focusing on those that were successful during the experiment, which doesn't make sense, because the more they focus on people that are toxic, it's going to tarnish the show. This has happened on Married at First Sight. I remember initially it was 1 or 2 people that were terrible on a season, and you say, oh my God, how did that person slip through the net? And now you have 4 or 5, spouses that are just like, oh my God, what is going with the screening process? That's because they chose to focus on the drama and not focus on what the show was meant to highlight. And the same thing is happening. Love is Blind is meant to highlight people having a connection, meeting post pods, and continuing with that connection and ending up saying yes at the chapel. But they've chosen to focus on deep tea. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I think that's not the essence of the show. They should have brought it up, but then that should have been it. And they should have focused on those couples that are still together to find out what worked during the experiment and what they could improve on the experiment, or what they could take away from the experiment. Because this is an experiment. You're constantly supposed to evolve and sort of adjust with whatever the results are. But they have chosen to focus on Deepthi. They've chosen to focus on Shay, Natalie. And to me, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And it wouldn't surprise me if they go on for season 4, there are going to be more toxic people, because people are going to see it as a way of getting their 5 minutes of fame instead of going in for the right reasons, which is what you'd expect with a show like that. But I don't know. Anyway, I digress. A few things about it, because I really enjoyed the podcast. I personally enjoyed it, and I've seen a couple of interviews that they've done, and I've really loved those as well. I'm still just saddened that they haven't chosen to sort of use Jarrett and Diana, or even I haven't seen Nick and Danielle anywhere that much, unless I've missed their interviews, because I really don't follow them. But I would have thought would have been where they paid more attention and where they focused on. But I don't know, maybe it will change. We'll see. I hope both couples are successful. And I don't know, we'll review again next season. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye, everyone.